What's good, YouTube? It's Nas and we back with another video. Road to 1,000 subscribers, of course. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Western Conference Finals. And the Spurs end up even out the series. They did not want to go back to Oklahoma down 3-1. And Wemby showed up and showed out in the first half. He had 22 in the first half. He ended up with 33 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. He set the tone off the jump. He played the most minutes in the first quarter. I'm pretty sure he played all season. And obviously he had a half quarter to end the half. So that just ended up being a magical half for Victor Wembanyama. And everybody on the Spurs really showed up tonight. Like, Stephon Castle was all over the place on the offensive end and the defensive end. He had 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. And something I was talking about a couple games ago, he really cut down the turnovers when De'Aaron Fox came back. And that was as expected because Stephon Castle is not used to being the primary ball handler, not for this team. And he had 1 turnover, and he had 1 turnover last game. De'Aaron Fox did his job. 12 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Usually I would want De'Aaron to be more aggressive, but obviously we know he's dealing with an ankle injury, and he's getting buckets in spurts where the Spurs really need buckets, and it's expected where you need De'Aaron to get to the lane and go get you an easy layup, and De'Aaron is doing that right now. So I have no thoughts about that, and I'm just glad De'Aaron is back fully healthy. But for the Oklahoma City Thunder side of things, like, we knew it was going to be a tough challenge for them to even win this game without A.J. Mitchell, a primary ball handler, and without Jalen Williams, another primary ball handler. And from the start, the Thunder were like, okay, you're going to have to beat us. Your other players are going to have to beat us. And they just didn't allow that to happen. Like, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has yet to have this masterclass of this series. Like, he had 19 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds. And Chet Holmgren, 10 points, 3 of 8 from the field, 9 rebounds. Not what you want to see out of your All-NBA big that was announced today. Isaiah Hartenstein had the most points in the first quarter. Like, he had 12 points, 7 rebounds. He finished with that. Lou Dort continuing to be unplayable. He had 2 points. Cason Wallace, basically unplayable except for his defense on the perimeter. He had 5 points, 2 of 8 from the field. Your bench guys who had great games last game didn't give you anything. Jared McCain, 4 points, 1 of 10 from the field. Aaron Wiggins, 4 points, 2 of 11. Isaiah Joe, 11 points, 4 of 9. Most of that came in garbage time. Kenrich Williams was the only bench player that really gave you consistent scoring. 11 points. Caruso, 0 points, only took 1 shot. Jalen Williams, the other one, or let me not disrespect it because he had 18 last game. Jay Will, he had 3 points, 1 of 7 from the field. And obviously not the production you want to see when your MVP is obviously not on your game. Like, we would have had to see a special Shai Gilgeous-Alexander performance to go up even 3-1 against the Spurs team. But now you go back to Oklahoma City. You don't know the status of A.J. Mitchell. Jalen Williams continues, J-Dub continues to be day-to-day. So obviously I expect Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to be better. But at some point, how much longer can we say that we expect better out of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander until he gives us the masterclass? Like, obviously, we are I feel like at this point, we're just waiting for Shai to have his dominant game in this series. Like, Wemby has given you 2 now. Shai has yet to give you 1. So I just feel like it's going to come. But obviously, this series, I do still feel like it's going 7. But I don't know. I feel like right now, if A.J. Mitchell or Jalen Williams, one of the two, don't come back, it's going to get real shaky because obviously when you press Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, there's nobody else really on the court that I trust with the ball handling. So obviously the full court pressure, the pressure on the basketball is going to be way more. Like, they 2 physical teams. Like, we can't say one team is not fouling and the other team's fouling because both the Spurs and the Thunder, they foul, but the refs can't call everything. So obviously they let some shit play on. So this series, I feel like being 2-2 was, I feel like, expected because I expected the Spurs to win tonight. Now, I didn't expect this dominance. Obviously, I expect Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to give you a good game, but that didn't happen. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander literally didn't play the fourth quarter. Wemby I don't even think Wemby played the fourth quarter. Like, obviously, to seem like a rest game or for the rest fourth quarter to get yourselves ready for Sunday, or not Sunday because today's Sunday, for Tuesday actually get yourselves ready for Tuesday in Oklahoma City Thunder and see who will pull out a much important Game 5. And to some people, Game 5 is the most important game of the series because that's to see who will go up 3-2, who will have the advantage. But I'm not gonna lie to you. If the Spurs win Game 5, I don't want to count out the Oklahoma City Thunder because I know MVP on the other team, but it will be really hard to win in San Antonio again because that crowd was rocking tonight. The Wemby half quarter, the Stephon Castle lob, like everything that the Spurs did, they get hyped for. And an underrated player that I have to continue bringing up is Devin Vassell because in this series, if he's probably going to get ignored with the Stephon Castle poster, with the Wemby, however Wemby is doing right now. But Devin Vassell's consistency on these playoffs have been great. He had 13, 6, and 3, and I couldn't just ignore that. And now, what are y'all X factors for Game 5? Because I feel like we've yet to get a great dominant, or I can't even say dominant because that's not him, but I can't even say what would it take for Chet to have a great game because I feel like I haven't seen him score above 15 against the Spurs all season, and maybe he did once or twice, but I don't know. And obviously you would need Chet in a game where you don't have AJ Mitchell and Jalen Williams, but at the same time, if your bench goes shitty, if they lose their magnets and you can't really do anything about your offensive production when Shea is going to see the whole team on him at least once every 5 plays when he's driving to the rim. You got that 7'5" man down there, and obviously you kick it out to your shooters, and they're not hitting a lick of thing. They couldn't even hit a standing target. So what do you do in this situation if you're the Oklahoma City Thunder? And I feel like they found themselves in the injury burden predicament, and if they win Game 5, that's kudos to them. But I do think if there's no AJ, if there's no Jalen Williams, it will have to be a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander masterclass, and he really doesn't have no choice because I do expect, because he's yet to do it yet, which I'm accustomed to seeing him do over the last 3 seasons. He's yet to empty the clip, and I don't know when he will empty the clip, but it is definitely coming because I think we've seen Wemby empty the clip tonight. Like, I was talking about Wemby's aggressiveness and him taking off some plays. Tonight, he didn't do that at all. He was crashing the glass when obviously his teammates were shooting. He was calling for the lobs. Obviously, he was hitting his mid-ranges. He went 3 of 7 from the 3, so obviously he was shooting his threes, and that's all you can really ask for if you're Victor Wembanyama, or if you're Victor Wembanyama's teammate. If you're seeing your best player go out there and try to go get it done, try to obviously tie this series up 2-2 because you don't want to go down 3-1 to the champs, and you win up 20. Yeah, you win the game by 21 points. So that's a great look for the San Antonio Spurs, and hopefully actually this could give them confidence. And then now tomorrow we look to see if the New York Knicks will close out the Cleveland Cavaliers and get some even more rest that they've had already, since obviously the Knicks versus Hawks series when they won in 6, and the Celtics, not the Celtics, who was it the first round? I'm trying to remember. I think it was the Celtics, and obviously the Sixers that went 7. Obviously the Cavs, Pistons went 7. So obviously they're going to look to get more rest, and possibly get more rest if this series, as expected, or as I expected to go 7 games. But I don't know. Like, this series is an interesting one. This game in particular, I feel like this was the game I took off a little bit, where I zoned out. Usually throughout this series, I have been glued to my screen, so it's good to see, obviously, basketball be back, and the two best teams in the world, I feel like, go at it, battle each other. But y'all let me know how y'all felt about Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals, and who do y'all have in Game 5? The OKC Thunder versus the San Antonio Spurs. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of this video, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And my last video is on your screen, and the channel icon's on your screen too, so click one of them if you want to continue watching my videos. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. It helps the algorithm push me out, and I appreciate y'all for watching this video nonetheless.